All right, this reading is going to be for water signs. I hope y'all can see because it's getting dark outside. I'm going to read the entire book and then I'll break it down to y'all after I finish, because I rarely use the book, but for these cards I do. Okay, so your card at the bottom of the deck is Kambaba Jasper, which is Ancient Echoes. This has to do with the subconscious mind. So there's something in your subconscious mind that needs to be addressed. Most things in the subconscious mind, as you know, is repressed. This is not easy to get to. This is second nature. This is something that you have to reprogram, and it takes discipline and time. You have to retrain yourself. Okay. So let's see what it's saying. Ooh. It's in the reverse. So it came out again and it's in the reverse. Okay. So there's something that you guys are not doing. You're not reprogramming yourself. It is hard to do, but you have to make the effort to do it, because, oh boy, this can cause a lot of issues. Like if I subconsciously started having a tick. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all what's coming up in my mind, which is so crazy. But when you get pregnant, right? Sometimes people start spitting it early in their pregnancy. And I don't even know why this is coming up, but sometimes people start spitting it early in their pregnancy because they have overactive salivary glands, and then they can't stop, and they do it all throughout their pregnancy. And it's like, it's so inconvenient and inappropriate. Well, I don't want to say inappropriate because you're pregnant, but I'm just saying it's inconvenient, and it's complicated when you're out in public, when you're driving, like you got to carry a spit bottle with it. It's crazy, but I'm sorry. That's what's coming out. Like, you don't want to make anything a habit, because that habit can be, that was a small case, but it can be detrimental. So let's just see what it's saying, because y'all not working on it, but y'all need to start immediately. Because another thing that this card rules is oxygen. It detoxes the body. So when I say this is a very, very important stone that protects all of your chakras. It can protect all your chakras and stabilize your body when it's what is it called? Like I'm thinking like an autoimmune disease, like things where autoimmune diseases, when the body starts attacking itself. There's something that needs to be stopped, and I can feel the cards as I'm talking to y'all. So it's like I can't pinpoint it. It's almost whatever this is moving around in my body. So I don't stay with these cards too long. I'm gonna read everything to y'all. Okay, this one talks about Nirvana quartz, talks about enlightenment. So there's some issue that you're being enlightened about, and this right here is talking about the perfect blueprint. So let me read the cards to y'all. What I do notice is that this 6 is in reverse. This is 6. I always add up numbers. This is 6, this is 38, and this is 29. There's something about personal growth. You learning from the things that you relate to, relationships, work, whatever it is, everything that ever happened to you in your life. For some reason, you're not relating to them properly. It's not helping your personal growth. It's almost like you keep being in a repeated cycle over and over again, because it's something that you don't get. So it's almost like this. This is what I'm getting. It's telling me you part of the problem. You know you part of the problem if something is wreaking havoc on your health. Your health is not anybody else's fault, because I'm definitely getting health with this. I know it is. You're doing something wrong. Your health has nothing to do with relationships or jobs that you're in. You have to be responsible for it. Like, say, stress is the #1 killer in the United States. We understand that we got to pay bills and stuff like that. We understand what being a mother is and all of that stuff. But this is talking about completely ignoring it. Like not even trying to take the proper steps. Like, oh, I don't want to go too heavy into it, y'all, but something, you're ignoring something. I'm going to read all of these things to you. Okay, Kambaba Jasper, Ancient Echoes. Kambaba Jasper attunes your personal biorhythms to the natural cycles of the planet. This crystal also facilitates deep clearing of the karmic body and ancestral line. Self-understanding. When you live in your head rather than in the physical world, your cellular structure becomes unstable and your metabolism is thrown off balance. So that could be a lot of water weight gain because I'm doing the water signs, which means the lymphatic system might be clogged energetically. You have to be aware of your sexual partners and what you take on out of their body. Like if your sexual partner is acidic, if your sexual partner has negative or positive blood when it comes to having a baby, like you have to pay attention to inflammation in your bloodstream and how it affects your joints and different systems. So that's what that's talking about. You may not be assimilating oxygen or nutrients such as minerals and vitamins. Remember that ideas are nutrients too. Disruption of your autonomic nervous system and immune system may be caused by ancient traumas and family dramas. So you may have had a parent that wasn't they didn't take their health seriously either. Divination. Get in touch with the ancestors and understanding the process of creation helps you to recognize the value of recycling the past to create a more potent future. Check out what has passed down the ancestral line and utilize homeopathic healing for miasms such as tuberculosis. Healing insight. By changing how you view things, you dramatically improve your well-being. So this has to do with a lot of breathing as well. So I think that, and I've been mentioning this in other readings, breathing techniques would do you guys really good because a lot of people, the whole United States is not breathing properly. And that is something that does help to move a lot of things through our body. It helps us to remove a lot of toxins out of our body by breathing properly. You can look up breathing techniques like fire breathing and what else? Yoga. It's just breathing. You don't have to do anything. You just have to lay flat on your back and breathe. It helps a lot of repressed emotions to come out as well. I think that was all I wanted to say for that. Oh, your environment. It was talking about your environment. So when you don't breathe, say if you're angry, right? And a lot of people that's angry, they don't breathe like they supposed to. They actually holding it in. So you're holding that stale air within your lungs. And I tell people, like children, I guess, my children, I tell them to take a deep breath. It's good if you go outside and get fresh air instead of breathing in that funky environment that's infected with that toxic air. Like if you can't come from your job and you bring it in the house, if the kids come from their school and bring it in the house, breathing all of that, all of those, the vibrations are all over the place. Everybody is in disharmony, and it's like you breathing that in. You taking the oxygen in and you putting it into your cells and into your muscles. So breathing can help. All right, the next one is Brandenburg Amethyst, the perfect blueprint. A master healer. That's my dog on the floor, stretching out. A master healer, the Brandenburg Amethyst holds the perfect blueprint of your soul and all that is. It heals physical, mental, and emotional, spiritual, karmic, planetary, and ancestral auric layers and imprints the most perfect energetic pattern possible. Self-understanding. You are a being of pure consciousness and are wonderful just the way you are. Embrace the clarity of your core being. Let go of mental constructs, karmic imprints, soul imperatives, and relationships that no longer serve. Heal the past. Reframe previous choices that you made in your life and take a new path to step into your soul purpose and expand to higher dimensions of your soul. Divination. You are perfectly exactly as you are in the present moment. Step into your soul path and see your future with potential. Self-discipline and clear focus bring your dreams into fruition. Aim for the highest. Healing insight. You are perfect just the way you are. So this is what I'm getting now. boy. I tell you, this is just like, what I'm getting off of this is a lot of people wear masks. They're used to masking because of the way that they grew up, and that's part of childhood trauma. But this right here is when trying to impress people, okay? And people get so triggered when they listen to stuff like this, but trying to impress people, when you try to make a person, it's not so much about impressing a person. I want to make sure that people understand so they can heal. When you have to do too much outside of whatever your routine is, if you are my dog is in the table. If you are one way, but when you go out, like, oh boy, you know how somebody's on the phone with doing business and they change their voice? You'll be in a house talking all hood and slang, and then you get on the phone and say, oh, good morning, ha ha ha. You know, it's kind of like that, but another term I use is people being schizophrenic outwardly. They one way for their boyfriend, one way for their friends, one way, and it's all different. It's like these multiple personalities that somebody would never say that they have. It's just like, and it comes from having to be sneaky. And I'm trying to use the right words, but it just ain't happening. As a child, a lot of people have to be sneaky. They have to hide their emotions and things like that. And that gotta give her some water. A lot of people hide their emotions as a kid, and then what they do is it becomes a game, and they start doing it out in public. Like, if I feel like I have to wear a dress because that's what males like, if I'm a guy and I feel like I have to dress with my pants sagging down because that's what women like, they want a tough guy or they want a pretty girl. If that's not me and I like to dress down, that means that I'm molding myself for what others are supposed to be. Because this is talking about fitting in, make a long story short, fitting in with society, accepting that you're different, celebrating it, and not trying to fit in, and understanding that rejection is okay, because people reject you to let you know it keeps you safe. But a lot of people don't want to be rejected, and they don't want to be outcasted. So what they do is they try to fit in. Well, that's not going to work anymore. Okay. So that's what's blocking this personal growth, because there's something here where y'all not honoring y'all physical health because y'all are too busy with something else. Like a person that is always in a rush or stress, so they eat out of vending machines and eat fast food all the time because of their situation, instead of packing something and taking it to work. I'm trying to give y'all as many examples as possible, but you have to start being yourself in whatever way that is. Nirvana quartz is enlightenment. Nirvana quartz assists in stepping off the karmic wheel, bringing light and bliss consciousness. Self-understanding. For many lifetimes you have been working with your karma. This has now passed. There is no need for restitution or punishment or guilt. Let those go so that you recognize your full potential. Receiving a download of cosmic light that transforms your being. Divination. Step off the karmic wheel. Step off the karmic round and allow the karmic. I done got all worked up. I need to take a breath. See? Divination. Step off the karmic realm and allow the karma of grace to manifest. Open yourself to receive enlightenment. Recognize this as a new beginning of fresh energy. If you are experiencing traumatic times and soul challenges, relax and wait for resolution. Do not push against the river or go with the flow. Do not push against the river, go with the flow. Karma is created in each moment by every thought and deed. Uplifting thoughts and positive actions ensure your future well-being. So with that, I feel energy when I'm reading, and I just felt so irritated. I feel so irritated that I can't calm down and talk clearly. Like, I don't want to be bothered with it. I'm freaking irritated. And that's not my demeanor. I'm very calm. I'm so calm that I put people to sleep when they get around me. So the irritation has to do with patience. It has to do with putting in work. I feel like it's possible that you guys could have been so overburdened from childhood. A lot of us have to be responsible before our time. And when that happens, we leave our bodies. And I feel like that's what happens. So now that you reintegrating with your body, it hurts to feel. You know what I'm saying? It hurts to feel, especially when you coming back into your body. It is, how do I explain this? When you coming back into your body and you haven't been maintaining it or doing the things that you need to maintain it, you start to feel all types of aches and pains you didn't know you had because you wasn't there. You know what I mean? You have to acknowledge all your pain and all your suffering. Nobody wants to do that. That's why it's irritating. Nobody wants to go and relive anything. So what you can do is you can move forward. And a lot of that is it's a lot of water that needs to be come out. We got urine, we got tears, we got sweat. There's a lot of ways that you can get a lot of those emotions that's trapped in that fluid and start moving, teas and healthy stuff, little tonics and things and tinctures, herbs and stuff. It's a lot of stuff that can help you move things out. You want to look at the magical properties of herbs to see what it is to resolve anger, grief, things like that. Star Bethlehem, I know, is one that does grief and sorrow. Willow is how you can forgive and forget things. Bach flower essences. It's a lot of different things out there, but you look up the magical properties of herbs, things that calm you down, because you first need to eliminate the stress. Okay. If you try to repair something or go exercise and all of that stuff, but your stress is not maintained, you're doing the opposite. If you go to the gym every single day and you wondering why the weight won't come off, it's because you are working out angry. You are working out in a highly stressed state, okay? Whatever it is, you're not present. You're not present when you're working out. It's just something to kind of keep you busy from thinking and going back to dump all of this garbage out, okay? All right. Whew. Now, I just want to look under here. This is talking about enlightenment, wounded healer. That speaks about stabilization. You need to stabilize the autonomic nervous system. Y'all got that 2 times. And golden healer is a master healer, okay? This talks about empowerment. So it's talking about being an inspiration and creative. So creativity might be a big outlet as well. And creativity is a lot of forms. So you might be able to get this emotion out. I forgot water. I kept saying water. Water, I say urine, tears, and sweat. But another thing that's water is emotion. So when you write in the book, whatever you pour your inspiration into to share and gift with the world, that is also water. Anything creative is water. All right. So let's go to the next thing. Oh, I already shuffled them. Okay, flower of life. Oh, look, you got 29 again. Look, 11. Okay, that's good. So it says inspiration, which we already talked about, awe and dreams. That's really, really good because this is a card of starts. Okay, this is a card of starts, big new beginnings. All right, I'm coming right back. I got to get my dog some water or somebody to get her water. I'll be right back. Ricky, can you let Mo out and give her some water? I'm sorry about that, y'all. All right, here's what you can't see, okay? What you can't see is alchemy, the philosopher's stone, infinity, destiny or magic. So this right here is about somebody watching you. This is about somebody manipulating you on purpose to make your life hard, okay? Now, I'm going to read y'all the downsides to it because I already feel it. It's like you got a lot of people that are jealous of you, and I really feel like it's coming from I feel like it's coming from a parent, and I don't know why. It did mention a lot of things about looking at the ancestral line. So I don't know what that whole envious thing is. I really don't know what it is, but this is causing you to, this caused you to struggle. Thank you, baby. Can you get us some water too? When you can. This is what causes you to struggle because people see you one way and you don't get the emotional support that you need. They just look at you as you can maintain everything on your own. So I feel like that's a theme. I'm just getting that. That's what I'm getting. Now, speaking of alchemy, alchemy is how you change your energy to a beneficial energy. You have to change it based on your situation. This card speaks about getting away. Somehow you escape some type of trap. This could be, I'm getting love triangle. So you might have got out of whatever that loop is. Like I said, I'm feeling parents. So a lot of people don't understand that their childhood trauma has to do with whatever their parents didn't graduate from. It becomes a cyclical loop for you where you always run into the same situations and you feel like it's just a never-ending cycle and you can't get free. You can't move forward. It says reflection, kindness, compassion, and then this speaks about grounding, okay? And it says survival, adaptable, and reliable. And I just feel like you moving out of this. It's like whatever your definition of whatever ladder you were trying to climb, whatever goals you had set for you, I feel like they might have been, you just don't want them no more. I feel like they're vain. You know what I mean? This was important to you as a kid. Some people get their kid money and gifts and stuff like that, and they spoil them, and they just don't want the same thing. You know what I mean? This is what this is talking about. It's talking about I don't want the same thing. Whatever it is that I thought I wanted, I would like to change it and go in a new direction, but you're free. Starseed that speaks about, this is children. This came up in a fire sign reading, and it was speaking about children that are kind of, they're not guided. They have a lot of potential, but they're not properly guided because their parents are preoccupied because they didn't do the work, whatever their karma was. So it falls on the kids, and that's just unfortunate, you know. We still have to graduate from it. And this card speaks about taking two contrasting energies and forcing them to mix together. I wouldn't say I'm getting a struggle off of this. I just feel like I wouldn't call it struggling. I would just say that it's complicated because it's like oil and water. It's like you can't do two things. I say you can't do two things, so you might as well do one. You're not going to be able to make everyone happy. So when it comes to this, whether it's a family situation or work, you have to think about your health. At all times, you have to think about your health. And this speaks of some strategy, trying to come up with a strategy to get grounded. It's like whatever you are in, you're not, it's no progress being made. But the progress is going to start within yourself. So after you get peace and you get alone, because a lot of people are going through isolation, you still have to deal with yourself. You can't just leave a problem and go to another problem because it's still living inside you. So you're going to have to be one way. This is why water signs bother me, because I hate having to use a crowbar to break into something and figure it out. I don't like that. I feel like this is manipulation. I feel manipulated, and I feel like I don't even know what the point of the manipulation is. Like, this feels like mind games to me. This feels like mind games to me. And now you have to do the work on a personal level. It's almost like whatever this awakening that's going to happen, or this enlightenment, it's like you're going to be forced to be alone. Like, you're going to feel like you're alone no matter if you're in a relationship. And I'm sure that's already happened to a lot of people, but I feel manipulated. Like, I got to get one more deck, because I don't even want the reading to go into 80 hours, but there is something that you're doing yourself. No matter where you go or what you do, you are not being true to yourself. There's something that needs to be reprogrammed and cleaned out of your energy. And then you need to, after you liberate yourself from whatever this gunk is and wherever it comes from, because this is talking about not doing shadow work. It's talking about moving from one place to another place to another place, and changing and changing and changing and changing. But it's a physical location. It's not, nothing is happening inside. So what I'm gonna do is let me shuffle these, because I don't know where the anger is coming from, but I really feel like it's y'all. I feel like it's water signs. Even if you with a person and the person is giving you misery, are you really making the effort to get out of there? A lot of people stuck. because they didn't listen to that first red flag. And I get it, but I'm kind of irritated. I don't know why. Compassion for others. Okay. She got that leaf sticking in her eyeball. I love these cards. Anyway, the theme is compassion for others. So I gotta read this card. And I know this is, I don't know how long this is going, but I told you, it's like manipulation. It's like, if it is say compassion for others, it's like you want people to have sympathy for you, but you don't have sympathy for everybody else. And it may not look that way because everybody have another love language, but I don't want you to give me nothing. You cannot help me unless you love yourself. If you don't love yourself, if you don't want to be your friend, if you don't want to be your friend, nobody else wants to. If you sit there and you go and you recycle a bunch of stuff and it's ruminating in your head, whether you saying it or not, it's going to show up in your energy. So you have to understand, if you say and do outwardly, it's not going to match the energy if you saying something different inwardly. What's going to match is everything inwardly. So if you keep running into the same thing, it's because you keep doing the same thing. The only person that's being tricked is you, okay? Any excuses that you make, if you fake it, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be fake. You can go spend your time. You can go spend your compassion on other people, because if you stay around something that's toxic, that's going to build up in your body. And do you think you don't want to give to anybody else that deserves it? A child, an animal, an elderly person. It's people out here that deserve love and compassion and kindness. But when you're stuck in something that's going nowhere because you haven't dealt with whatever you got going on in your body, in your mind, and you haven't healed yourself, oh, Lord. What if you were solely defined by your compassion for others and your kindness, the kindness you extended? How would your life look? How could you conduct yourself if Ubuntu humanity, which means humanity, was solely what you were noted for? Consider how your benevolence can extend to other species and creatures. This is a time to empathize with others' journeys and put yourself in their shoes. For better or worse, the girl pierces her eye with the leaf, and in doing so opens the window to her soul and learns from challenges and the gifts of others' journeys. She is peaceful and reflective. There is no pain, only greater understanding and wisdom. Now is the time to notice others' struggles and help them. Listening with compassion and patience can ease the suffering of another person. Be defined by your willingness to put others' needs before your own, just as you would appreciate they might do in your times of need. So that's exactly what I just now said. And y'all saw me shuffle these cards. So it's like, when you get beat so badly by life, and this happens to everybody, when you get beat by life so badly, the last thing you do or want to do or have the energy for is to be kind to another person. And that's a water sign's job, is to be loving and kind. But you were set up in this world. You came into this world with the karma for you to rebirth yourself after adversity. And you were born into people emotionally draining you to the point to take yourself out. Now you got to realize yourself and go out there and make it happen, because now is the time. That's what they wanted. They wanted everybody to have burnout so they wouldn't go after their dreams. So they would be in the opposite energy of not giving and being evil and miss all of their treats and snacks and goodies. Give me one more card. Something you can't see. Remember, this card was flipped over. When my cards flip over like this, that means that you can't see it. You're not aware of it. Like I said, this being in the subconscious mind, you can't see the subconscious mind, and it's in a reverse, so it's saying you're not doing the work. Opulence, it's time to lead. You definitely not going to see that if you dream. If you dream, you are not going to see that. This is your time. This is your prime time. So that means you got to switch gears fast. You got to open your heart even though you don't want to open it. And then it's not for show, because what's going to happen is you're going to heal other people. You're going to heal other people at the same time you healing yourself, because it's going to let you know how valuable you are, because these people that are going to come into your life for the creations and the kindness that you give them, the love that you give them, the people that are not obligated to you, brother, sister, mother, father, they're going to tell you who you truly are and what effect that you had on their life, and it's going to make you feel whole again. It's going to bring you out of what is it called, denial. Got you thinking, somebody drained you and got you thinking that there's something wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with you. It's wrong. It's something wrong with who you give to. Mosaic, let chance play its creative role in your life. Commune with source. Commune with source. Cut out as much as you energetically can when it comes to toxicity. So you can go ahead, like I said, and get these goodies. I would not invest it. I'm not saying that a relationship, you take a break. Take a break and give it to people that you're not obligated to. Like a relationship, take a break and be free. Yes, when you doing this, I want y'all to know, when y'all start this journey, everybody's going to try to trap you again and into some obligation. Siblings and families and friends are going to say, hey, let's party, let's go out, let's do this. They had that chance for a long time. Boyfriends and girlfriends gonna come out the woodwork. Yeah, hey, dates and all of that stuff. Don't get distracted, especially when it comes to your creative pursuits. Don't let nobody pull you off your path. If they not aligned with you and they can't help you, guess what you got to do? Got to go ahead. You're trying to get yourself straight, and it's only one way to do that. You got to have the discipline to cut a lot of that stuff off. It's your time. This is the time now. Everybody's having a mass awakening. This is your time. All right, water signs. That's it for y'all.